What is the difference between an entrepreneurship and management? Being an entrepreneur encompasses managing, while managing not necessarily encompasses an entrepreneurial mindset. They have similarities, though, as you mentioned in your question. Both entrepreneurs and managers are usually in charge of people, budgets, projects, execution, and some strategical aspects. Both need to give feedback, drive teams, recognize performance, and motivate. Both respond to their choices and have the responsibility of choosing well. The biggest difference lies in the nature of the position itself. Entrepreneurs are the ones who need to sell an idea, an ideal. Entrepreneurs are trying to change the status quo, and here is, usually, where things differ. While managers are following the company's cultural aspects, entrepreneurs are building the whole culture. While managers are trying to achieve results within their industry, entrepreneurs are trying to change the industry. They are both, indeed, necessary. There is no entrepreneurship without management. One wouldn't reach success without managing and driving its assets properly, at least at a high level. But it's also true that, in order to have assets to be driven, someone must have had made the difference while breaking into a new industry. Ultimately, they are similar, but each one has its role within industry and the organization. I feel that entrepreneurs and managers are two poles of the earth, North Pole and South Pole. Entrepreneurs can be managers, but managers can never be entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are people who love freedom and have a dream. They work independently on their dreams by riding all the ups and downs for achieving their goals. They are the type of people who can employ n number of managers. Managers are people who are mostly employees of companies and are focused on the task that they are allocated. Their growth is restricted since they are working for a company and are liable for a pay that the company decides. Now, looking at the similarities and assuming that an entrepreneur becomes a manager due to certain circumstances, then he will try to implement new ideas, experiment, and look for the best practices. He focuses on creating a healthy work environment by teaching co-workers new techniques, willing to help, tries to complete the task before timeline, and much more. The above functions can be expected from today's manager also, but the attitude of work changes. Entrepreneurs try to complete their task early and spend their spare time in working for their vision. Once they feel that it's time for them to focus full-time on their vision, then they quit and start working towards their goals. Managers are more focused on working hard for higher salary, getting promotions, and many more, but in limited boundaries. Entrepreneurship is the process of designing, launching, and running a new business. Management is the method of managing operations of an entity, including an entrepreneurship. Management is the process of smoothly running a company. It can be about the day-to-day affairs and operations, or it could involve taking care of finances and administration. It involves managing and orchestrating, but not necessarily the conceiving of an idea. Hiring and coordinating employees is another aspect of management, but can also be what an entrepreneur has to do for themselves if they don't have a human resources person. Many entrepreneurs need managers to help them execute their strategies for their venture. Management is also concerned about setting deadlines and milestones to achieve deliverables. It is also concerned with planning, production, assigning tasks, and reviewing. Employees handle tasks, activities as per the management's decision. Confusion may arise because the management team, CEO, CTO, COO, etc., may be referred to as management but could include the entrepreneur who started it all. There is a difference between a small business owner and an entrepreneur, much like there is a difference between a manager and an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is the process and activities of ideating, forming, running, and growing a company while being able to identify the needs of society. Management is the process of running a company, whereas entrepreneurship is conceiving of an idea or plan which will then require different types of managing and organizing.